Welcome everybody to one of the greatest games I've ever played. Yes, there it is, boy, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Let's turn the sound down a bit. There we go. We're gonna start a new game. All right, where do I want to go? I usually come from. Usually in this game, I usually go from Valen Wood. Yeah, Cyrodiil. You can't play as an Imperial yet. You could only play as an Imperial from Morrowind onward. And before that, Cyrodiil was called the Imperial Province. It just wasn't called anything. It was just called Imperial Province. So we can play as any of, the people from anything but Cyrodiil. And because I'm just gonna play as a Breton. I hail from the province of High Rock. You are part of a tall, fair-skinned people, very highly intelligent, willful. Actually, nah, we're not gonna be as a. I'm not gonna use magic very much, so we're gonna play as the Nords. Probably gonna be a red guard, maybe. Let's do red guard. We're gonna be male, and it gives you this option, so you can either, choose you take a little questionnaire and determine what your stats are gonna be, or you can choose what your stats. You can create a class, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. So we're probably gonna, let's look down here. I have to use this thing. I'm just gonna create a custom class. Oh, good grief. Alright. So the class name, we're gonna name it Swordsman. And our primary skills are going to be archery. Actually, hold on. Let's look down here. Long blade. And then we're going to have archery. And then critical strike. And then our major skills. Which, this is a very strange. This is totally different from anything else in the Elder Scrolls series. Except for, I think, maybe Oblivion. They kept major and minor skills, but then finally in Skyrim they just evened it all out to absolutely nothing. Dodging. And axe. Minor skills are going to be backstabbing, blunt weapons, hand to hand. Actually, not harpy. Yeah, there are languages. You can be proficient in a language, which usually determines how well you get along with people. Pickpocket. Climbing. There aren't a lot of skills that are very interesting in this. And running. And actually, we're going to change out axe with stealth. No, I don't. Oh, God. Change out. Okay. So then, we have willpower, agility, endurance. I forget what PER is. This is the perception. That's what it was. And then speed and luck, which speed isn't a thing that's. I think it's speed at least. Oh, we're gonna need to keep all that thing in there. Alright, so we're gonna add some points to endurance and agility. Take some out of intelligence. And strength. And then you can add advantages and disadvantages and reputations. And I'm going to edit reputations. So with merchants, peasants, I'm going to rate myself kind of high. Merchants a bit high too. Scholars will not like me a bit, and the nobility will like me even less. So there we go. Yeah, so there are different factions that like you and dislike you. Max hits points per level. I don't think I'm going to add any advantages, so exit. And then you get to generate your character's math round by fast start. I'm not going to do that. The one you want, really, that gives you the most choice is to answering questions influence. You have a certain degree of training with Long blade. What thieving skill have you been studying the longest? We're gonna go with just lockpicking. Riches. Your preferred criminal method is. Bank robbery. Now this is the part you would most likely choose if certain of these will actually give you these things. So I'm going to choose Ebony Dagger because that may give me that whenever I start. One of the most important survival skills you picked up was how to fight with a knife. Better swimmer. Rich nobles. Probably rich nobles. That's why they hate me so much. The one skill you cannot work around with must be stealthy movement, for sure. As a child, her nickname was Quicksilver, Monkey, Guppy, Scrapper, Guppy. Probably Scrapper, I'm going to say. What god? None. I'm an atheist. I'm a euphoric Red Guard atheist here. Your frail health as a child has made you... oh god, I don't know. Probably just going to make it... Alright. Your reputations. Okay, scholars like me more. Name thyself. What are we going to name her? I'm going to name myself Ishar with 2 R's because I'm cool. And then choose your face. We get... Let's do here. Oh, that guy looks cool. Let's do that. Alright. Now we get to add bonus points. And I'm going to add some into agility and endurance and speed. Alright. There we go. And then we add our proficiency. Now, many of you may not know this, but the way you fight in Daggerfall is like with the mouse. It's the same way in an arena. It's really kind of stupid. I don't like using it. It's very strange, and I'm gonna keep that. This is the reflexes is how fast enemies move, and it also determines the difficulty of the game. So I'm just gonna keep it at average. So then we, everything's okay. So now we get a cutscene. This should be interesting.
400 years after Tiberception's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Cambriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim, the seventh, cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever. Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and as your friend. I have one.
Oh, well, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, basically, the Emperor, that guy you just saw there, and that awesome, very cool cutscene that I'm sorry I made you skip because there's something really awesome at the end of it, is sending us off to Daggerfall. Okay, hold on a second. I have to change the controls here for a second. Alright. It's sending us off to Daggerfall for the sake of mouse. It's sending us off to Daggerfall to get a letter that he sent to the Queen, and it got lost, and he wants us to get it back because it's kind of racy and risque. So he wants us to go get that. In the meantime, he also probably wants us to investigate the death of King Lysandus at some point or another. And that's going to come up later. And honestly, you need to watch the full cutscene. Just watch it on YouTube. It's on there somewhere. It's really awesome. It's really good. It's one of my favorite openings in any Elder Scrolls game. And you're looking at the control menu, so nothing's happening. Alright, so actually, we're in the game now. And we're going to go, you're healthy. I have to mess with the controls for a second. Listen to those lovely sounds. Okay, we're gonna... Alright. Turn right. Here we go. And then we really have to do all these this weird nonsense. T. Okay, there we go. That should be good. All right, now we're moving. And now I gotta get into my inventory, which I gotta remember what my inventory. Character sheet. Inventory is F6. Okay, F6. I haven't played this game in forever. Okay, so we have our inventory here, and we're gonna equip some stuff. Clothing, amulets. Look at this smashing devil. Yeah. Also, you can be totally new in this game. There's just no pants whatsoever. So we're gonna equip. We can switch. Ebony dagger is probably the best thing. And this is how you move the mouse up and down, holding the left mouse button. And wherever you move is how you attack. I forget. How do I activate things? God, I haven't played this game in so long. Activate center object. Oh, right. Alright, there we go. And there should be like a rat in here or something. Somewhere. There he is. Hey, buddy. These things are just lovely, aren't they? And you just stab it like that, and then the rat dies. And then you loot its corpse. Their body has no treasure. Come over here, grab some gold. It's all the dungeons in Daggerfall are totally randomized, which is why one of the reasons I don't play this game very much, because it's easy to get lost in the dungeons, and it's also kind of creepy because the sprites are just horrifying. Body has no treasure. Moving on. I've had times where I will, let's see. Yeah, that's why you need the ebony dagger in this first bit of the game, because there are imps in this place and skeletons, and they're super annoying to deal with. I'm gonna grab. Basically, this entire game is fun except for the dungeons. The dungeons are easily the worst part because they're entirely randomly generated and hard to get around. It really sucks. It honestly does. So now we're gonna go in here. We're just gonna get out of this dungeon before I leave. The rat just died. Body has no treasure. And look at these amazing polygonal graphics. once we get out of the, really once you get out of the dungeons, the game does start to shine because you get to go to the many multi areas in the game, and this game has some pretty good music to it. Ooh, human. Die, human. And I died. And this is the death animation you get if you die, so. Pretty good one if you ask me. And we can load a game, but I don't have anything to load because I didn't do anything, so. Yeah. That's that. So this is going to be, I guess, my first video. So, that was fun, I guess, for the most part. So long, everybody. I will try again next week.